What's up guys, Riley here, and today we'll be doing some tuning with the C10. Some of you may know, as long as you watch the video, that I have just installed this nice Endura LCG carbon fiber chassis, and I need a little bit of tuning. So let's go ahead and get into it. So, for tuning today, I have the old Hyrexes that I had on this before. We're going to swap these tires onto these wheels. The reason being is these wheels are so big, and with the new chassis, I can't really adjust the body mount. That when I'm turning, the wheels grab the body and pull it down like that, and it binds up. And I can't turn and whatever. Kind of a bummer. Then I'm gonna tune some of the shocks just to try and get more articulation out of it. I've got the flex blades and stuff on it, but that's not enough for me. So I'm gonna do a little bit of shock tuning and such, and I'll go from there. Don't really know what else I need to tune, but we'll see when we get there. So I'm gonna go inside to do all this because the floor's kind of falling apart in here, and I don't want to lose any screws because that would suck, and I'd have to trash this video because it just wouldn't work. So I'm going to do a before flex test. So I've got 3 Hyrexes, obviously pretty good. So the Hyrexes are actually bigger than the BF Goodriches. So I'm going to use the BF Goodriches because I prefer these the most. So we got 4 tires. I do have the body off because the body blocks the flex. So I've got 4. Now, let's see if we can add 1 Hyrex. We got a Hyrex and 4 BF Goodriches. Kind of touching. I mean, I don't know if it's touching all the way. We're right there. Almost. The rear wheels are touching, but this wheel's like a millimeter off. So I say that's pretty good. The 4 BF Goodrich tires and the Hyrex. That's pretty good flex-wise. So that's a before flex test. As you can see, you get like a front view. That's pretty good flex for me. That's all I really need. But if I think I can get way more flex out of this, but we'll have to see. Another thing is, I'm worried that when swapping the Hyrexes over, because they're smaller by like ½ inch, I'm gonna lose flex in some ways. But I don't know, we're going to have to see. So I'm going to go ahead, do a little bit of tuning. I think I may or may not, once I get the Hyrexes on, just depends. I may or may not put a rubber band in the front, and probably going to put one on the back. So, we'll see. But I'm going to go ahead, and I'm going to get these Hyrexes on and do a little bit of tuning. So I'll see you in 0.5 seconds. There we go, guys. I've got everything put on, so I've got the Hyrexes swapped onto it, and they're so much smaller. I've got the shocks kind of positioned different with the, what's it called? Just in the softest setting on the front and the rear. As you can see, they're moved some. So far, honestly, I'm very disappointed. I think just going from the little tires to the big, or from the big tires to the little tires, I've just lost so much clearance, and I'm catching a lot. But I've seen a plus or 2 on this little track. So we'll go ahead and get into driving, and I'll talk you through it. So, number 1, we're going to start on the hill climb. and it just does not want to do it. So I start off, and you gotta kind of steer it left and right, and give it everything it's got, especially at the beginning. So I've got it full throttle right now, and it's not doing anything. Once I kind of get a little squirmy with it, turn left and right to find some traction, it can usually find some. But another thing is I'm dragging my axle way more and having some terrible clearance issues. So that is the downside, a very big downside. So I have a hard time getting up it no matter what. There we go, I got up it. So now we're going to move on to the rope bridge. So for the rope bridge, because the wheels are smaller, well, if I don't fall off, because the wheels are a lot smaller, it tends to get in between the planks, whatever you want to call it. So that's kind of annoying, and it doesn't reach as far, where the other wheels are about a ½ inch bigger, and it's able to reach farther. So now we're at the spiral. This is probably, in a way, it is a downside or a con, and then in one way it's kind of a pro. So one thing is, this little hole right here, the wheel gets caught in it, and when it drops down in it, the axle gets caught. Where before, the wheels were big enough that it wouldn't do that. The pro is sometimes I can get it down it, whereas before I could not get it down it to save my life. So I gotta kind of avoid that. So as you see, it's just trying to stand up. I got it down it earlier, so if you put it down right there, just barely has enough to get down. So there's the spiral. We'll go on to the rock crawl. This is kind of a quick video, you know, just a little bit of tuning. But I'm very unsatisfied with the crawling. Especially through here, because it just catches so much. And the but the grill and stuff get caught. So. If you have any ideas on some tires, some nice grippy tires that are bigger than the Hyraxes, just smaller than the competition pins, comment down below, definitely, because I need some suggestions. Don't have much tire experience. I've gone through those, the stock tires, and the competition pins. But that's about it for tires, which kind of sucks. And now we've got some boggers, I think they are, or swampers, on the bigger C10. And then we have some rock, man, I can't remember what they're called to save my life. But I think they're the rock terrain tires by Endura that we have too. But other than that, I think I'm going to swap the other tires back on. And other than that, like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you later.